Hi, I want to welcome you to the 4th annual Red Tie Affair. We really appreciate you joining us. It's a little bit different than the past events because we are now virtual, but we really appreciate you making that transition with us this year, and we promised you're going to have a great time. My name is Craig Wilson. I am the CEO of Ronald McDonald House Charities. COVID-19 has had an impact on all of us, particularly for our families. You know, our families already are going through a lot of stress with having a child with an illness, but now on top of that, they have to deal with the pandemic, and what a stressful time it is for them. So it's our role at the Ronald McDonald House to do what we can to help them get through that process. COVID-19 also has had a huge impact on the operations of our house. Back in mid-March, Ronald McDonald House Charities Global told all Ronald McDonald Houses worldwide that we had to stop taking new families. That didn't mean we had to stop serving the families currently at the house, we just couldn't bring in new families, but it still had a huge change in our operation. In addition, the families that were with us, we had to ask them to not use the common areas of the house and just stay in the rooms while they were at the house. In addition, we had to suspend our volunteer program, and our volunteers are the lifeblood of our organization. You know, we have volunteers that are here on a regular basis, and they know the families and they know the staff, and we miss them so much when they're not here. But for their safety, we had to ask them to stay home. In addition, our group volunteers that are so important to our meal program, we had to ask them to stay home. So that all fell on our staff to have to plan and prepare and serve those meals to the families. Cleaning. That's the top priority for us, making sure that all the common area spaces, the high-touch areas are kept clean. And that's been very important to us. Our meal program has been impacted. We serve families individually now. We make sure that it's very safe for them. We can't congregate, so it's a whole different process for us with the meals. And it's more expensive for us because now we're having to provide those meals. I do want to thank, though, those of you that have stepped up and donated to our meal program. Thank you to McDonald's. Thank you to the local restaurants that have reached out to us and have donated meals to us to support our families. Good news, though, is that in July, we were able to start accepting new families, very gradually, but we are accepting new families now. So over the past month, we're seeing new faces, new energy in the house, and it's starting to feel again like Ronald McDonald House should be. So we're really excited to be able to have these families coming back to the house. Your support, though, is so important to us because we couldn't operate this facility without you, and right now our costs are up. Revenue is down, we've had to cancel events, so that's why it's so important that you're here tonight to support this event and be able to help our families. So thank you so much for being with us. Thanks for making the transition to this virtual event, and we hope next year we're able to see you in person. I would like to now turn it over to Andrea Walazin, who is the chair of our Red Tie Affair Committee, to tell you more about the event. Thanks again for being here.
Thanks, Craig, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ronald McDonald House Akron's 2020 Red Tie Affair. I'm Andrea Walazin, as Craig shared with you, and I've had the distinct pleasure of serving as this year's event chair. Speaking of this year, 2020 has been a little different. Let's just say it, it's been a lot different. And so the look of our event is different from what you might have experienced before. And maybe what you're experiencing in your day-to-day life is a little bit different. Our communities and our country have faced challenges, changes, and some uncertainty. But the one thing that does remain the same is your commitment to supporting the Ronald McDonald House of Akron. And for that, we thank you. Your commitment allows us to continue the work of keeping families close during what might be the most uncertain time of their life, facing the diagnosis of an ill child or working through treatment or an unexpected accident. And for that, we simply can't thank you enough. So tonight, you'll have an opportunity to explore some of the ins and outs of our house, see some of what our staff does to make sure that the mission is met, and be a contributor to make sure that this work still takes place. And some of the folks that are behind making sure that this work still takes place are our generous sponsors. And we would be remiss if we didn't thank Acrochem, the First Energy Foundation, J.W. Didato Electric, and Tamarius. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to us and our families. A new group that we want to go ahead and extend our thanks to are our home hosts this year. So as we've taken our events virtual, you are hosting small gatherings with whomever is in your family unit or that you might be hosting in your neighborhood this year, and we want to make sure you feel part of this event. So feel free to take some photos as you enjoy the rest of the evening, and you can hashtag them and add them to social media, hashtag RedTieRMH. But I'd love to turn it over now to somebody who's very special to the house and also a fellow committee member of mine, Alexis Fioca, who is going to share with you a special message from the Stentz family. I'll see you later. Thank you so much, Andrea, for that introduction. We just appreciate all that you've done for this event, and we are so looking forward to spending some time with the Stentz family tonight. Got Peter, Chris-Ann, little Max, Dan, and the best mama ever.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So what brought you to the house and started your relationship here?
Biggest reason what brought us to the house was to be close as a family.
Right.
Now, the reason behind it, why we wanted to do that, was not so pleasant, which was that Peter was diagnosed with
Alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma. We've actually been to the Ronald McDonald House before because this is his second cancer that he's been through. So, cancer is unfortunately the villain
reason,
that has brought us together. Yes.
Yes.
The evil doer.
Now, how far is your family actually from the house?
About an hour.
A good hour, 10 minutes. It is just too far to travel and be under the side effects of chemo, nausea, and possible fevers and everything else.
With Peter's first cancer, I was at the time over 3 hours away.
Oh, wow.
And when we got the call that, hey, we're heading to Akron Children's, there's a mass in his
Lung, yeah.
Right.
So it's a play it forward thing. Once you've experienced it, you definitely know what a benefit it is for the families.
It helps because you can talk about things because other families outside of that's gone through this don't understand the impact.
Yeah, brings the family together, and we can celebrate those small moments like sharing dinner.
Sharing dinner,
Yeah.
and getting to read at bedtime.
Yeah, and I must say, this is a very lighthearted moment. It was really nice to have somebody else cook home-cooked meals for you.
Yes.
And clean up afterwards.
Yeah. And not have to eat the hospital food, huh, Peter?
Oh, yes, I know.
His whole attitude was completely
different.
It was so much
And
better.
he was a totally different person. I mean, he was upbeat. He forgot completely about the treatment that day.
What did a day look like for you when you're staying in the house? What does a typical day look like for you?
I need to sleep in on the hospital day and not have to dynamite my butt out of bed.
Oh, goodness.
We would get up and we would go to first radiation treatment, get up and come down and have a quick bite of breakfast. It would be myself and Mom and Max usually here with Dan working and still at home with the dog, and she would stay with Max while we would go over to Akron General for the radiation treatments, and then we'd come back and have a little break and lunch, and then we would go back over to the Children's Hospital for his chemotherapy. Evenings were nice because it was an opportunity for us all to be together. Obviously, we got the opportunity to sit down and eat, take him outside and play together on the playground when the weather was permitting, or inside, the little table that they have over there with the games on it.
Right.
They both loved that, but actually it felt like being at home after dinner playing and just having a regular time, and then you go up to your room and you get them ready for bed.
Yeah. The fact that the house was here and we were able to kind of come back and forth, because like you said, during your day, your daily routine was hospital, maybe back here to rest, hospital, back to the other facility, and having that ability to come back to a safe place, a comfortable place, and take a few minutes to regroup, it's priceless. It really is. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Peter, do you have anything that you would like to share with anybody in regards to what they could expect if they were going to come stay at the house?
A comfy bed, very close to family, good food, no hand sanitizer. No.
Well, always hand sanitizer, but
But not the smell.
Not as much as the hospital.
And all the friendly employees you get to prank.
Yeah.
or go
I brought whoopee
visit.
cushion.
Well, thank you so much, each one of you. I know that it's not an easy road to walk when you're walking alongside a child who's fighting, but we really appreciate you. And thank you, everybody, for being a part tonight. Andrea, we're going to give it back to you as you kind of move us into our auction, and we'll go from there. Wow, Alexis, thank you so much for spending that time with the Stentz family. And Peter, we're so pleased to see how well you're doing. Our hearts and our thoughts continue to be with you.
Thank you for supporting this evening. The majority of Ronald McDonald House Akron funding comes from the local community and generous donors like yourself. Your donation makes a tremendous impact on Ronald McDonald House Akron's ability to take care of families like ours. $5,000 room sponsorship. We ask families to donate $20 a night towards the operating costs of their room. Your donation of $5,000 covers the families that stay in one of our guest rooms. We invite you to sponsor a room at Ronald McDonald House and to help alleviate the financial burden for families like mine. $2,500. Ronald McDonald House Akron never closes. It takes a lot of supplies to take care of up to 42 families each day. During these challenging times that requires even more, your donation of $2,500 covers the operating supplies for 2 weeks. Things like cooking and cleaning supplies, disposable plates, silverware, and masks to ensure the health of well-being and of all families staying with us. $1,000. Can you imagine not having your Wi-Fi at your home and what that would be like? Your donation of $1,000 covering the cost in allowing families like mine to stay connected to their loved ones and a health team while at the house. $500. Laundry adds up quickly with 42 families in the house. Help us provide all our families with fresh sheets and towels for 1 week with your $500 donation. $250. Families at Ronald McDonald House Akron are often far from their comfort at home, including a home-cooked meal. Your donation of $250 will provide dinner for 1 night in the house, allowing them to eat together without the stress of cooking or expensing of dining out. $100. Ronald McDonald House Akron provides all the comfort of home so they can focus on what matters most, helping their child heal. Your donation of $100 covers the operating expense of one family's lodging for 1 night while they stay at our house.
Hi, I'm Jay Silver,
And I'm Carrie Silver.
and we're proud supporters of the Ronald McDonald House of Akron.
Our support started about 16 years ago when our daughter Madeline was in an accident. We spent 4 nights at the house at that time.
Today, we choose to support the Ronald McDonald House and their mission to provide a home away from home for patients and their families.
Although the Red Tie Affair looks different this year, we will continue to provide support through our personal donation of $2,500.
So thank all of you for taking part in the Ronald McDonald Red Tie Affair.
Hi, my name is Barry Hollis, and I serve on the Ronald McDonald House Board. My family and I are very grateful to all that the Ronald McDonald House organization has provided to us over the years. My nephew Ethan was born 23 years ago with a number of disabilities, which required my brother Gary and his family to stay at 6 different Ronald McDonald houses over 100 days. Gary, or really none of us, had the financial resources at the time to provide for hotel stays for that many days. So we're very, very grateful for all that the Ronald McDonald House organization has provided our family. I'd like to show my support to the Ronald McDonald House and to tonight's Red Tie event by pledging $500. I'm also fortunate enough to work for an employer, PNC Bank, which will match my donation with another $500. And with that $1,000 donation, we can help provide internet service to the house for the course of a year. As a board member, I'm very grateful for your attendance at tonight's event. I'm also very grateful for any support that you might have offered in the past, and I hope that you'll consider giving generously tonight and in the future. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. And please know that we all appreciate everything that you do for the Ronald McDonald House.
Hi, my name is Janice Worley, and I've served on the board of the Ronald McDonald House of Akron since 2012, and I've been board president since 2016. So tonight's an important night. We urge you to consider showing your support for the house. I'm going to be showing my support tonight by making a $1,000 donation for the superheroes that work at the house every day. Now there's lots of different ways you can support the house, lots of different ways you can make donations, and please give whatever level is comfortable for you. But the important thing is, please give. We need to support the work of our superheroes every day as they make a difference in the lives of the families that stay with us. Thank you.
You saw the various ways that you can be able to contribute to the house to support some of our operations and necessities to make sure that we can continue to keep families close and meet our mission. You can do this by visiting the website, which is www.redtiermh.givesmart.com. Our auction will close at 10 p.m. this evening. And at this point, we just want to thank you for being part of our event. All of the different activities that we had leading up to this, we hope that you enjoyed. We wanted to make this a special opportunity for you to continue to engage with the house and the special work that we do. And we wish you well. We wish you a great rest of 2020, and we look forward to seeing you in the upcoming year. Thank you, and take care.